Hey, YouTube, ready to think? Look, we need to face it. Homeschool is better than public school. Now, got to think about this for a second because I'm not talking about a failed public school compared to a successful homeschool or a failed homeschool compared to a successful public school. I'm talking about a successful public school and a successful homeschool, which is better. And I'm going to tell you my way of thinking, homeschool is better. Now, again, that's assuming mom and dad are involved and you got a decent system and it's doing what it needs to do. A failed homeschool is not better than public school. And failed public school in particularly better than or worse than a failed homeschool. So here's the trick. In public school, it's a bell curve. So you want your kid in the top 10%. In fact, some years ago had a friend explain to me, a high-level educator, that it's basically a filtering system for the elite, academically, intellectually. So AP classes, etc. So you've got this in a bell curve, 10%, which means your kid has a 1 in 10 chance of being in that upper group. 50-50, the lower group. And then when you get into all that, just the damage of what they've learned, dropout rates, what they've failed to learn, how they're treating the system, their own confidence, quote, self-image, etc., is a massive game of comparison. So when you look at schooling in general, never mind dropout rates and figuring that in, you can see that it's really something designed for the top of the top to do well and excel in and to filter out to where they need to go. And the rest, well, we get in a conversation about why it was related to manufacturing and all. Don't care about that. What I want to do is share with you 7 reasons I think homeschooling that succeeds is better than public school that succeeds. Number 1, values, religious beliefs, beliefs in general. In homeschool, you have a real opportunity to investigate and think through values. You really think you can do that in public school? No, you can't only not think about different values and study different things. It's worse. They are, and we all know this, they are by and large brainwashing, inculcating, promoting a certain set of values upon your kids. Homeschool, superior. Number 2, self-discipline. Do you really think in public school they're learning self-discipline? The highly motivated kids are, but really they're not self-discipline. It's competition and usually, honestly, OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder. We know from studies that in major disciplines that require that kind of work, like medicine and law, you got to be OCD just to get through some of it. So there's that piece. But in homeschool, learning to look at your math, say I don't feel like it, and still go ahead and do it because you're regularly working through the process. You have some accountability there, but it's not about competition and I'm better or not. It's about getting down to work and learning how to teach yourself, how to discipline yourself to get it done, because the goal is learning. The goal in high school is pretty much, public school rather, is to get out. Third, you can catch problems early and effectively in homeschool. If somebody's struggling with math or something in writing or some learning disability, whatever, it's going to be noticed pretty quickly in a successful homeschool. And you can address it and deal with it early on, not way late in the process before habits have deepened that are not healthy or not helpful. So, catching problems early. Next, social corruption is minimized in homeschools. It's not in public schools. It is a constant game of socially being corrupted, whether it's competition with dress or the shoes you got or the friends you have or what's being taught to you or what the society says or what social cause you need to be connected to and involved with. It's not inviting independent thought. It's inviting this group think, processionary caterpillars, one that follows the other, one that follows the other, and you can put them in a circle, put the pine needles they like in the middle, and they'll never eat it because they're just following each other. No significant independent thought, but party line in that game. And so there's a socially corrupting game in play. And I think we need some independent thinkers who can get out there and help solve some problems instead of just spout out what they heard about in school. Bullying. Well, that's easy to figure out. Going to be a lot more bullying in public school than homeschool, compared to successful ones. I'm just saying it's a thing. It's a real thing. And homeschool wins. Next to last, number 6, independent thought. I kind of hit on that a minute ago, but you really are encouraged to think independently in homeschool because you're busy with reading a variety, usually classical type literature, etc., that invites independent thought. In public school, you're getting curriculum and you're getting advice and teaching and coaching and peer support, etc., that is about, again, the party line. So you're not learning, and the stress here is the skill of independent thought. I'm not talking about whether you can think independently, you fill in the blanks with some independent thought, but whether you really can think independently, learn to look at a topic like a statue, walk around it, look at it from all angles, be able to climb the high dive and look down and see what's going on. Can you be objective and really learn it? Well, in homeschool, that tends to be a skill that has to develop because of the nature, the structure of the game. In public school, not so much. We're all taking cues from each other to think how we're supposed to think. And so we get a party line. Finally, face it, homeschool is better than public school because of family. I mean, the public school game, even the successful ones, is a tendency to shift the responsibility on growing our kids onto the government, the school, the whatever, the coaches. In homeschools, we have that responsibility. And the situation's there because we're there enough together to share our values, to work through issues, to take moments and make them teachable for something cool. So, any way you go, it's going to be way superior for the family, especially to make good use of that opportunity, compared to what schooling does. It makes the friends, etc., much higher priority than the mom, dad, brothers, and sisters. And I'd say way too early. So there's the rub. There's the game. I hope you found this helpful. If you would, share it. And please subscribe. We sure appreciate you. Hope this helped.